So we got CeeDee back. Life's good. He was out there running around and stuff. He's going to be ready. He's awesome. Dak's getting a deal done. Jerry's going to pay Dak all the money. Like, what did we learn? I think our biggest story of the Cowboy Day is what we learned. What did Jerry say? What did CeeDee say? What's Dak up to? What's the things? What's happening? Clarence, who are you talking
Go
to?
ahead. No, I'm getting CD contract numbers. I'm trying to see contract numbers come out. The exact numbers.
Well, yeah, $38 million signing bonus, $100 million guaranteed. But the thing we learned yesterday from CeeDee, in my opinion, the dude had serious FOMO this entire time. Yes, he was working physically a lot. Yes, he was out there in South Florida. He looked big yesterday. I don't know if you noticed that.
He's gained weight. He said he gained 15 pounds.
Yeah. Good. Let's be respectful. When we say weight, good weight. Because sometimes no. Because we've had guys that come in and you say 15 pounds. 15 pounds of good muscle. Yeah. It looked good on him, not fat. He wasn't away and got fat.
Yeah.
So fans, don't think because 15 pounds of really good meat, good weight.
You're not gaining. You're not gaining 15 pounds of muscle in an off season. He's lying.
That's a crazy.
Best shape of his life.
Okay, do we have to translate that like we do with Jerry? Because people always throw out a number of like he gained this many pounds, and if you talk to somebody who's really in the fitness world, they'd be like, "That's not possible." Like he might have gained 6 or 7.
No, I mean he looks.
Otherwise, he's getting fatter. Yeah. And that's some hater stuff. I love CeeDee. CeeDee's a monster. I love CeeDee, but 15 pounds of muscle is crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
I mean, but he looked.
I mean, unless you're a stick.
Well, let's put it this way. It may not be 15 pounds of muscle,
but he looks good.
It's 15 pounds.
Okay.
The majority of his muscle.
No, he looks good. He looked really good.
Yeah, he called it body armor.
And the thing about it is, if you watch, he's always been a skinny guy, but he's always been hard to tackle. Wiry, you saw him last year trying to run over guys. He's a tough guy. Now you add that muscle to him so you can make more of those contested catches over the middle, those types of things. Those things.
There he is.
There we go.
I'm hyper. I keep moving.
I know.
It's hard.
And it's harder with this one. You got to take it with you.
You
got to take it with you.
Just pick it up.
But no, and just to piggyback it on all of that. And certainly, CeeDee was great yesterday. And I'll let Joe talk more about.
You'll let someone talk about something? Whoa. We
rolling
today, baby.
I'll let Joe
Let's go,
talk
baby.
more about what he said because he had some great stuff about his parents and how the deal went down. But the deal is, it's a 4-year, $136 million extension. But for you fans and for everybody else, it's really a 5-year deal because you don't get rid of the final year.
Right.
Okay? So people don't understand. It's really a 5-year deal. 5 years, 153.9. The base in 2024 will be 1.15 million. Certainly his base in 25 is 26.8 million. Base in 26 is 25 million. Base in 27 is 28 million. Base in 28 is 30.9 million. So those are some of the things that you see from that contract, of course.
And you spread the signing bonus over all 5 of them.
Yeah, $38 million signing bonus. You got all of that. So, that's kind of how the contract is breaking down, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and I think one of the interesting things we heard from CeeDee yesterday was him kind of talking about something we don't really hear from athletes. And obviously he got paid a lot of money, so no one's going to feel bad for him. But this wasn't easy for him this offseason. He was away from the team. This was his first time dealing with it. He said he got serious FOMO. He was texting guys nonstop. Jalen Tolbert said he would always text him in the morning saying, like, hey, dude, just go kill it today. Also, how are things going? It was like he wanted to be there without being there. He said he would drive by the Stars sometimes and be so tempted to cave and just walk in and be like, all right, time to just settle a deal. And he'd be like, nah, I'm going to go get some food down the street instead. But he was asked. Yeah, he said it was tough for him this offseason. Obviously, he had a big smile on his face and everything's good now. His family's changed. His life has changed. He said he gets to retire his parents now, something that he always wanted to dream of. And this was a big moment. And I thought one of the funniest things yesterday, Clarence, was how he found out the deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Yeah. So I asked him about where he was and how he found out the deal, and I know his agent Tory Danny. He's an Omega Psi Phi member. But I asked CeeDee. He's in Miami. He's been in Miami the whole time. He's been working out in Miami. He was at Miami on Monday. When the deal came down, and his agent. I reported on Monday that it was getting close. We saw that kind of stuff, but his agent called him Monday morning on FaceTime, and said, "It's going south. It's going south."
Uh-oh.
And CeeDee like, what? Because he's excited. Things are going south.
It's time.
And he said, man, they only want to pay you $36 million a year.
34.
They only want to pay. Excuse me, 136. They only want to pay you $34 million a year. He's like, what? we're outside. Let's go. You know, so he was ready. But yeah, the agent kind of trolled him a little bit, you know. And you know, it's fun. I'm glad they were able to do that. But he was happy with his agent and how they finally got things done. But you know, one thing he also said that he was getting antsy. You remember we were talking yesterday about just pay him what they want because you're not going to pay. CeeDee admitted that he was getting antsy. He was getting ready to tell his agent, just get the deal done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jerry waits people out.
Yeah, guess what? Almost, Jerry.
Almost. My point, he admitted, I got antsy last week. I'm like, man, just get the deal done. I want to be with my teammate.
They always say
he said, I'm going to tell you guys this because, you know, it's done now. But the last week I was antsy. I was like, you know, just get I want to be back with my teammates. Just get it done.
They always say like trainers and sometimes your agents got to save players from themselves.
Yes.
Right? Because as players, all we know at times is football.
Right.
And when that's taken away from you in a place where you're really good at it, that'll get to you. Talk about the FOMO and missing it. Talked about his numbers on the iPad. He was wild. He like, man, I was probably one of the guys who watched the most film. Go check my numbers.
McCarthy said that too.
Yeah, he was always on top of with everything that was going on. I think people sometimes fail to realize just how much time players spend in that community of other players, right? You get there at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. You don't leave until 6, 7 o'clock at night. You spend more time at the facility with your teammates than you do with your actual family. You know what I'm saying? So when that's taken away from you, that extension taken away from you, you miss it.
Right, and that was my point yesterday. You know, Jerry should just sign because I'm just saying that there's a process, and they know this is hard for players. You know, like Jerry knows this is sensitive for them. This is business for him, and so he can wait you out. He can, just like rich people take you to court because they can motion and
drain your money.
Drain your money, so to speak. That's what they do, and they understand that. And most time players can't do that, and they can't take that because football is the ultimate team sport. You want to be out there with your teammates. Unlike basketball, you can play basketball by yourself. You can't really play football by yourself.
No.
Can I read one more quote from CeeDee yesterday? And I thought it was pretty. I'm so sorry.
I dare you.
He was talking about just kind of how tough this contract negotiation was. He said, quote, "It was very eye-opening. I understand how it is now. Granted, it's my first time going through it for my first veteran contract. I'm prepared for the next one."
Oh, he is. But that's the same thing Zeke said in camp when he talked about that. He gave us a little when he went through it because he said it's tough because the first 4 years of your career, they love you. You're great.
Your family.
Your family.
Your family.
53
now,
of you.
when you're trying to get paid, you're on the other side of the table, and so it is very eye-opening.
Yeah, and it made me think about Dak Prescott, too, who obviously has now gone through multiple contracts. He got a franchise tag, can't happen anymore. Now he's a veteran in this contract negotiation game, and obviously we're kind of seeing where that's at now.
Oh, I think that's why for the first time, and I see somebody in the chat talk about it's going to be a painfully long season talking about Dak extension all the time. And I'll tell you a secret. No, we won't. But we will the day after CeeDee talks about Dak's contract and Jerry talks about Dak's contract. Yes, the day after that, we will talk about Dak a little bit. And I do think that's why Dak, like CeeDee when he put up the, what was the Spider-Man when he starts wearing black? What's it called?
Venom.
Yeah, when he goes into his villain arc is what CeeDee called
vengeance.
it. Like, I think the Dak stuff is on purpose throughout the year when people ask him about stuff, and he's like, "Oh, a lot of great quarterbacks ended up at a different place," and like he's no longer giving all of the perfect leader answers. Like now, there's hinting towards because he gets it. Mm-hmm. Jerry and Steven are going to play the game. There will be things written in the paper about here's why we can't that'll try to get people to turn against the player, and so the players are like, "Sure, I'll poke you too." And then at the end, you'll get a picture. Okay. And at the end, you'll get a picture when Dak gets his contract. We'll get a picture like I saw with CeeDee yesterday, hugging Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like the Jones family and the player love each other.
Family.
Although I don't see Steven hugging players.
He does. Steven's very touchy-feely. He's a hugger too.
What do we got going on here
What?
today? What is going on?
We poking? We touching?
What?
Anyway, he was talking about meat earlier. Anyway,
I was talking about
but
meat. Get it
getting
right.
back to the Dak thing, I think you're right. Dak is seasoned. One thing he told CeeDee, and CeeDee said, we asked CeeDee, what advice did Dak give you? He said, stay strong. Stay strong. No, seriously.
Let your agent do it.
Literally,
Yeah.
and don't come in
mentally.
here.
He said, stay strong. And that's where Dak is. Dak is not only, he went through two franchise tags,
Yeah.
betting on himself, staying strong. He did go through the contract negotiation. Now he's back there. Again, Dak wants to be here, but he's going to stay strong. He understands the business of the game. You said he talked about, the realization of that you may have to play for another team. You know, he wants to be here. Dak grew up a Cowboys fan. He wants to continue his career with the Cowboys, but it has to be at the right price.
You know who was one of the happiest people about CeeDee Lamb's contract getting done yesterday? His dentist. You know why?
Why?
You can't find a picture where CeeDee wasn't chin to chin.
Oh, my God.
He was grinning.
He was smiling.
He was chinning and grinning.
No.
And every bit of dental work that he got done, top and bottom,
Listen.
his dentist is like,
Listen.
hey, you guys, if you see CeeDee Lamb, come to my office.
I went to practice, and he was out on the field. He was smiling.
He was
the
smiling.
whole time.
He did a 4-man TikTok dance right after it was signed. I saw it on the internet.
He was smiling the whole day. He's happy.
Like it wasn't just like it was like it was
Yeah.
full.
Wait, what was it like?
All right, let's go.
and he should be happy.
What hell? Heck yeah!
And as we talk about Dak, CeeDee also made a point to say, get Dak done. You know, my numbers have been great with Dak. Dak wants to be here. Jerry wants to be here. I believe it's going to get done.
I don't want to play with Cooper or Trey.
Get it done. The issue, though, is win. You know, because most people think,
Have you changed your mind at all?
Now you got CeeDee out of the way. Might as well go on. Now we can go get Dak done before the start of the season.
You think there's a
people
chance?
think it's going to be a double play, and it's not.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No.
Are you
double
prepared to
play
guarantee
before the
it?
start of the season?
Are you prepared to guarantee it doesn't happen?
Before the start of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, we'll say what Jerry told you. Yes.
You a pinky toe? You put a pinky toe on it?
Yeah. It's not happening before the start of the season.
Okay. Pinky
Jerry
toe.
told him.
Well,
That doesn't mean it's not going to happen before next season, but it's not happening before the start of the season. I mean, according to Jerry Jones, it's not happening before the start of the season, so that's where we are.
All right, Clarence is risking a pinky toe on this.